back-to-back road wins. I think the last thing we looked up was the Bryant Georgetown, like 3
Yep.
years ago or something like that. So that's to feel good to get that. I mean, what are you building toward? I mean, it's just at this time of year, it's still got a little ways till Ivy League season, but it's getting kind of on the horizon-ish.
Yeah, it's get on the horizon-ish. Like right now, it's just all about continuing to build. This is exactly what I just told the guys in the locker room. It's about continuing to build our identity on both sides of the ball. And there's some things we need to do better right now on both sides of the ball, and we're going to work on it. And these guys are buying in. They understand what identity means. They want to have an identity on both sides of the ball, and we got to make a step as we head to Chicago on Friday.
What does that identity look like on both of those four? I know you talked about a shift coming into the season.
You know, I think we want to be incredibly disciplined on both sides of the ball. We want to be unselfish on the offensive end. We want to be the better communicating team on both sides. I think the more you can communicate, the better off you are. And just, like the tougher and more together group. And we talk about that a lot. And we also talk about discipline and execution. And discipline and execution cover a lot on the basketball court. So if we can pride ourselves in that and guys understand what that means, we can grow there each game, I think we'll continue to head in the direction we want to head.
Okay. I mean, just obviously kind of a tale of two halves within both halves.
Mm-hmm.
What did you kind of see unfold maybe offensively?
We had some really good stretches. We also had some stretches where we had some droughts where we couldn't score a little bit. I think we defended pretty well the whole game. But I think it's the most important thing from that game is the fact that we fought through adversity. Like, it's hard for a team to, go up pretty big early, allow them to come back, and then still fight and win that game. It's tough after all that momentum shift. So I think it was a good team win. We got a lot to learn, but, showed a lot from the fellas today.
You talked about a little bit about the momentum and adversity there. Is that kind of a testament to obviously both what you learned from the BC game and now applying it to this one too?
Well, I think what we learned from BC game, it's tough to go from the BC game and then play a team like UNH. They're really well coached and everything, but having an ACC win, it's tough to stay on the high horse. So we had to stay level-headed, really be prepared. I think all the guys had really good focus going into our practices, our walkthroughs. So I think we had a good preparation, and that's why it came out successful.
5 steals for you today. Was it a kind of priority to be like digging in passing lanes or driving lanes a little bit, or what did you see defensively?
Our coaches. I just trust what our coaches' defensive game plan was, and that was to just stay solid, and they'll give it up to us. So I kind of just stayed in my gaps, digging a little bit when they weren't looking, and I think it came out. It worked out pretty well. So.
And you talked about it a little bit, but double-digit lead in the first half, in the second half. What is kind of being said at the under 4 timeouts, kind of both halves, and especially late, obviously when they kind of got within 5.
Yeah, man, just do us. Play our game, keep the ball moving, and then don't turn the ball over, because that was really important. As long as we're getting them shots, we take really good shots, and we got a lot of good shooters. So if we're not turning over the ball and we get up shots, then it's going to be good for us.
I know the stat sheet maybe not reflect the math. Kind of what was kind of the message at halftime after obviously having a double-digit lead in the first half and kind of obviously going in at halftime?
The message was just to keep fighting. We've been in positions like this before, unfortunate, but we know how to come together as a team. And so during the halftime, it was really just us getting on the same page, knowing that the game's not going to be over until we saw a little bit of separation. And I think the fellas got together and we all collectively knew our roles and did what we need to do to get that separation.
In that first half, and maybe I think the final 9 minutes, I think it was a little drought until Ryan hit kind of turn around in the lane. What were you kind of saying? Obviously, you got to the line a couple times on the stretch, but what was kind of the reason the offense was strong? Because it was only 2 turnovers.
It was just guys just weren't making shots. But that's basketball. You just have to learn how to adjust. And when we weren't making shots, we knew it was time to try and get to the basket and then get a little comfortable at the line. That's what I tried to do at least. And then once we started getting downhill, more shots started opening up, and then we started hitting more shots.
Is that what you saw kind of unfold in those first 10 minutes of the second half?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think once we started getting to the paint and started being able to put them in difficult positions, difficult closeouts, we were able to get the shots we needed. And guys just need to hit shots, and we got guys that can make those shots.
What do you learn from kind of obviously having double-digit leads in both halves and then kind of being able to chip away? Obviously, there's a one-possession game in the final 40 seconds, not kind of unlike the BC game.
We just got to fight through fatigue. When we were getting tired, we just stopped staying and sticking to our principles. And that's something we're going to have to get better at going into Ivy League play and throughout the rest of the season. But I think we're starting to take big steps with that with our win against BC and here tonight. So.
And just kind of the last thing, obviously going